woza. This is SoccerBeat, Talking Sundowns by SoccerBeat. My name is Umjaka. Interact with us on social media at SoccerBeat ZA. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Comment, share. Hey, Cheezboy is already shaking his head. I'm hanging out with Cheezboy, Mokoena, and Kermit Erasmus. Yo, Cheezy. Kunzime
Yo,
Morocco, tata. Hi.
yo, tata mfethu athi sibulisa ama-soccer lovers jo mamela drama. I think Raja mamela iraja ngathi sazi kuyi-spice mamela baze ne-spice namhlanje. They were at war, those guys. Sundowns had never expected this mfethu. A fight from the first minute to the last. Yeah, no, ziyakhala.
I saw a Sundowns that's trying to be cool, Kermit, trying to be cool, calm and collected, in a high stakes game because Raja were always gonna come. It's an away game.
sure.
And tricks and trades, we know CAF football, CAF Champions League football. Sundowns put their foot when Aubaas decided to put his foot down. Hey, it was a wrong time to do it.
Yeah, it was a hostile game. I mean, the first half showed that, and with a bit of a harsh response from Aubaas, I think he was a bit too eager to try and win the ball back after he pushed it a bit too far from him, and obviously it was a rightful red card because he literally stuck on the guy's ankle and even stayed on it as he tried to get up from the ground. But he let the team down a bit in that first half, and it was a difficult half to go through. And unfortunately, towards the end of the first half, they managed to get the lead. And from lapse of concentration in a short set piece, big set piece to move the defense, and late runners getting in behind. And if you're not watching your man and not following, you bound to get yourself on the wrong foot, and they capitalized really well on the opportunity and scored. So they were pushing more to score more goals because they knew they had the upper hand with the extra man. But I think the coach was smart in the way he approached the game in the second half, and I think
the red card changed the game, Kermit. The red card Aubaas, I'll tell me, it changed the game, I'll tell me, because I think Sundowns absorbed the pressure well in those first 20 because Raja was at them, with that high press, winning the ball, missing those chances. But once they got over the 20, I saw them settling down, getting to knock the ball around, getting into those spaces. But then the red card came, and then it just changed everything, gave Raja the momentum now to say, guys, we can get at them, But you know how the North Africans are, my man. They take advantage of every small thing that you're gonna make, my guy.
Exactly.
And it was clear, Cheesy. I mean, it was clear they were going to make a meal of everything because, first of all, the team needed to win. Forget wanting to win. Raja needed to win. So all the tricks were going to come out anyway, Cheesy. What happened? How do you plan for these things? Can you plan for these things at all, Cheesy?
I mean, Sundowns is so experienced in the Champions League program. I think they should have had a talk, or they might have had a talk. But sometimes in the field of play, things get out of hand, and you need players to try and calm things down. Because the Raja players were all over our players. We were to pushing them off the ball when it's a foul against. Then they theatrics, blah blah blah. And I remembered Coach Pitso vividly when that happened. It was like, no, when they come here, we bully them because when we go there, they bully us back, so we bully back. So they were bullying our players, and I did not like it at all because our hearts were a little bit it worked in Raja's favor,
There's a new coach that took over, or the assistant coach took over, who's actually from the club, that understand the culture and what's expected from the club and the fans. And I think he instilled a bit of more aggression from the players, to make sure that they come with that fight and give the fans. I mean, if you looked at the what it looked like in the stadium, it would look like it was packed out.
It was, yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure the coach told those players, hey, you guys gotta make sure you give these fans something they came for, and it's a new year. We gotta start the year off on the right foot, And obviously the coach, who's probably a local hero in Morocco, is definitely trying to make a name for himself as a coach also, because he's been given 100%. The opportunity now to grab that and make sure that he gets the points that's needed, and you could see that. I mean, the players showed a lot of passion. The players were fighting. Yes, they were exaggerating in moments, but I mean, they fought for everything. They ran.
Everything.
Our Sundowns also managed to adapt to the way they played, because you know, with the three at the back changing, bringing in Labusa onto Matthews, and changing the
I
way they
wanna
approach the
no,
game.
hold on, Kate. Hold on, Kermit.
Okay,
Hold on
do that.
hold on with the change of formation. Because I wanna talk about that red card and
No
how
problem.
Sundowns were supposed to react and how versus
No
how they
problem.
reacted. Let's go to
No
an ad break,
worries.
pay some bills, come back with more Talking Sundowns. Hey, they're working formulas, Kermit and Cheezboy. They're working out formulas, you know. I
Yeah.
wonder if you would be doing this for Mangoba, but anyway, let's go to an ad break. Woza. Ematonta. Is Sundowns in the right hands, Cheesy? Because, I mean, look, Mlungisi, Rulani did a fantastic job. You know, there was excitement. Fell short in the CAF Champions League. You know, not against a bad team, you know. Everybody thought, first step towards, you know, but he was gone. Mangoba got what, 9 games and a couple of cup matches, you know, and he's out. Cheesy, was the decision too hasty? Because it doesn't look like everything is sorted under the new coach. Neither. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm saying
No,
I was not convinced with what I saw.
no, no, Mchara. It's not haste. It's just that they came up against Amasocha, was Morocco Puram.
Ah,
That's what happened. You know, they've been playing well. They've been doing well. I mean, they beat them at home,
yeah.
so obviously they were going to do the same when they travel to Morocco.
What?
Obviously, Raja's a big team, guys. You know, one thing for sure. You know, they've been in this competition for for ages. You know, and have done so well. Just that they've been going through a phase. You know, like I said, these guys have been going through a phase, and now there's a change of energy, change of
Ah,
leadership. You know, that always brings a change in the team. And like Kermit said, Ibakai energy, that thing, it gave them so much energy, inspiration. The fans were all out, you know. So you could see the Raja that we normally see in the semi-finals, in the final. They gave
yes.
their heart out, namhlanje, Pram. So it was going to be difficult for Sundowns. And also with the changes that the coach had, he had so many changes in the team from the league match. Obviously, maybe rested the players for the Champions League, the likes of Aubaas, who came in the second half, Abu Alende, you know, Mudau coming in, with Morena was playing right back in the last game. So Matthews coming in as well. So there were a bit of changes as well. But Raja adapted really well to that program. And Sundowns really tried, but the battle was just too much out time. They never really created much. Raja focused Gubu Ribeiro out time. They were clipping his ankles all the time,
Hey,
never allowed him to turn. And man, if Ribeiro is not on the ball, there's nothing happening. They're just going out wide to the fullbacks, and there's really nothing coming in. Omunye
that's
bathi
what.
ulunga mfethu.
Yeah,
Ulunga mfethu mina ngazi mfethu. Mina I don't know mfethu. Lunga
Yeah.
for me mfethu is not giving Sundowns lento bayifunayo on the what Mudau is doing on the right.
I
No,
got
I
you.
know, no, I know my opinion.
Sure. Kermit,
No, I mean,
Kermit, go ahead, Kermit.
no, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, Ribeiro, is there an over reliance on Ribeiro? And what is the plan B when Ribeiro's dazzle and you know razzle and dazzle doesn't work out, which was the case here
Look,
tonight?
look. I mean, it was a difficult game. Like I said, with a red card, it changes the complex of how you approach the game as well, because now you have to think of even working twice as hard to defend, and when you have the ball, try and get in the final third and wait for your teammates to join you so that you can start building the ball up, and that can take some time, you know. And when that happens, you get already pressed by the opposition, and then you're under pressure, and then you got to rush to attack to finish off the attack. So it costs a lot of energy when you lose a player, and you know. And I think that's the only reason why Sanas lost today. Yes, I mean
Got
the
you.
first 15 minutes they weren't really awake or alert in the approach of the game, where Raja was very aggressive and was intentional, and only started
Yeah,
being intentional. You know, Sanas only started being intentional after the red card. So I think the red card played a huge role
usual.
in the rest of the approach of the game. And you know, the way the coach adjusted with that red card was pretty smart, because putting Libusa as left back and trying to having a flat 3 or like a arch 3.
At least he's standing there, yeah.
Yeah, with Libusa on the left, with your Koza or your Kikana and Koza, or either or in the middle or on the right, and then you have the freedom of Lunga, and at the later stage Aubrey also with Ribeiro to try with Mokoena and try and penetrate and try and create something, because it is difficult, but you cannot just play to try and not give the ball away.
Kermit, Lunga out, Mudiba on the left, Khuliso in the midfield. No, Lunga, Lunga can attack in field. Attack. So I'd rather have an a smarter player there on the left since Bafagum Ulibus. Yeah.
You said when you were saying all those things, you said your opinion, huh? Sharp, your opinion. Let me talk. Yeah, I'm saying, forget about who's there. I'm just looking at the approach in the way the coach took the approach in the second half.
It doesn't matter who's there.
Listen, they created chances. If you're being honest, they created chances in the second half with 10 men. They even managed to get a man short of Raja too, to make it 10 against 10.
Yeah.
You understand? So you must also, yes, it's a lot, but you must also look at the positive things. Forget about the players that are there. Look at how the approach became. Players had more freedom to attack more. I saw a last minute tackle that Allende made after they tried to beat Kekana to the side, and this guy thought he was going to shoot him. Before you know it, Allende was in front of him just stealing the ball. So you gotta see the passion and the fighting spirit from the players also, that are playing with a man down. I understand your frustration with who you prefer and who is not giving you
someone to also do this, to be balanced.
I'm looking at the whole outlook of what the change of approach became.
Yeah.
And how they
change of approach needs personnel. Change of approach needs personnel. You understand? I agree with you at some point, but it dinga personnel right out here.
Yeah, personnel.
But don't forget, Kermit, Raja said back as well. They were no longer pressing high.
Yeah, they did the job. Yeah,
they did the job. They just wanted to get the lead, and you could see they weren't pressing high because Tebucho was shooting from far.
Yeah.
And I just wish he connected nicely at one or two of them. Yeah. Because Raiders was snuffing there for that rebound, and I'm sure they communicated for those things. So it was good that he was shooting, and I would encourage him to shoot every chance he gets, because he's got the technique to shoot.
Yeah.
He can surprise you. He's got for that. And I like that they give him space, because they think, it's too far. It's too far for that. That man can hit the ball, bro. So if he's target, if he's the target, you must know it's going. And the striker, like Iki, he's sharp. He's smelling that for the rebound. He's stepping for it quickly. And then that's how you equalize. You back in the game now, you know. And the other thing I wanted to say also, it also gives confidence to have a goalkeeper like Ronwen, because the players attacked with freedom. They didn't think, hey, man.
They could leave him alone.
How many saves did Ronwen make today? One-on-one saves. They're not worried about that. They know. They got confidence in him saving those one-on-one chances, because they're trying to score. You have to be susceptible to leaving the space behind, because you're trying to attack instead of just keeping the ball for nothing and then defending and then conceding unnecessary goals. Sundowns tried to attack today, which was good.
Yeah.
But it gave them the confidence because they had somebody like Ronwen at the back. Yes, they have good defense in front of Ronwen, but there was a few one-on-one chances. Like you said, Raja could have scored even towards the end of the game, but he was in between the goalkeeper. So it was good also to have the confidence of a good goalkeeper that can give you the confidence to play a bit higher, to give your midfielders the freedom also to roam a bit higher, to get those chances, to shoot from distance, to shoot from a decent range, to play those balls in behind the strikers, and not feel like the game is stretched between midfield defenders and attackers, you know. It was nice to see, because a lot of the times when that happens, a coach would go completely defensive, and then they just try to
bring everybody together.
But today, Sundowns really went for it, and it was nice to see, you know, like they really tried to attack. The coach made a smart tactical change, like I said, with Libusa on the left and having a three at the back, with giving freedom with like I said, the Lunga, Mokoena, Allende, and Ribeiro, and then supporting Iki up front, you know. So with personnel, I hear you with personnel, but I'm just looking at Like, how do you adapt to when things when things go that way, man? Because it happens, like it did. You know,
Yeah.
you don't plan to not get a red card, but you have it in your mind that if that happens, this
Then
is
you
what the
do this.
possibility. You know, and it was smart. It was nice for me to see also from a player's perspective, also like how coaches adjust to that. You know,
Yeah.
who is
Yeah.
sacrificing for the player to come in the place of, hey, my friend, it wanted men today, my friend. That game wanted men. I
Yeah.
phone him out, hey, what more?
It want it was Mchara. It wanted it,
Hey, lapho ushaya tackle ufubonisa i-ID yakho ukuthi hey ngimthanda mina.
it wanted him Toby Mvala. It wanted him Toby
Yes,
Mvala with
bro.
the bandage.
Yeah.
Soldier.
I'm sure he was listening for that game. He wanted that game. I'm sure he was sitting home.
Sure.
Hell, hell. I'm sure.
Let's go to a quick ad break and wrap it up, gentlemen. I wanna hear where to from here. You know, and what impressed you and what didn't. Let's wrap it up. Go to an ad break.
The Carling Black Label Cup is here to put the power back in your hands. Fagugesi at the Carling Cup on 21 December at Orlando Stadium. Buy a Carling Black Label and vote for your Carling All-Stars. T's and C's apply. South Africa, be sharp. Not for persons under the age of 18.
Woza. We're back. It's still Cheezboy and Kermit, Erasmus, Cheezboy, Mokoena. Talking Sundowns by SoccerBeat. My name is Umjaka. We're on social media at SoccerBeat ZA. Also on YouTube. Subscribe, like at SoccerBeat. Gentlemen, you are impressed with how they shaped up, even when they went a man down. Kermit, you're impressed by Mokoena's shooting. Cheesy, there's some things. Lunga, you are concerned about. You know, Ronwen, you guys said a lot during the show. Where to from here, gents? Because, you know, I'm still on. I hadn't even seen what Mangoba was doing, Cheez. You know, I hadn't even understood. I was still, you know, figuring it all out, and he's gone. You know, I saw a team that was beatable again. And remember, when Sundowns played against Chiefs and they won 4-0, Chiefs created chances and could have even equalized, or, you know. So there's something about Sundowns giving people chances. And when you do it against a good team, they got punished, Cheesy. That tells you this is not a Sundown that's complete still.
I think it's work in progress. In fact, it's always the case when you have a new manager coming on board. Of course, he's going to have a bit of changes where he just wants to try out new things as well and try and get the players to understand his philosophy. And not really much has changed. It's just that they played against a team that pressed them high. And I've always been saying this. Teams that are here back home, don't take those chances to try and press Sundowns really high. So today you could see those mistakes. Even the game you spoke about, Sundowns and Chiefs, where they actually won 4. Chiefs actually did the pressing high up and they managed to get the chances. Unfortunately, couldn't convert because some of the players are not as comfortable, but you could see it today. That's why you're saying there is a weakness somewhere, somehow. And a lot of teams are going to pick that up and say, come on, guys, let's go pound for pound. Yes, there are going to be instances where they will come out, but if you keep on, you'll finally get that chance where you can just bury that one goal, which will open up the game instead of you sitting back all the time. I think Raja showed us something like that, you know. And going forward, the coach is still going to need some time. Like Kermit said, a great change of tactics in the second half. You could see the idea that at least is somebody that's actually watching the game. He's not just watching the game for the sake of watching the game. I mean, the tactical changes he made brought Sundowns back into the game. They started looking a little bit more dangerous, going a little bit more forward. And the only concern that I had was after they lost Ama build up Swabo. Then they started playing the long balls. I saw Koza playing a lot of long balls to Reynas. And then now, you know, that was a different Sundowns. I thought as much as they're 1 goal down, they'll still try because they always try and do that. But those mistakes, I think maybe the coach said, guys, before we concede the second one, rather we kick it forward and start playing from the second ball. So I think work in progress for the coach.
Kermit, they did this. You could tell as soon as Raja pressed them, Sundowns always went long. I thought maybe it's an Ikram Renes strategy. I don't know. It was the first time I saw Sundowns. First of all, a team playing better short balls than them. And they are going route one. I was shocked.
I thought the same thing. I thought maybe they had an agreement with each other. Like one of the defenders would be like, "Hey, maybe
Look,
one or
yeah.
two first, let's just try it." But I think it's partially because of the pressure, man. The atmosphere that plays a role.
Yeah.
If you look at also the element of the laser, like it's not easy. It's not easy. They
You
make it
can't
very
come
hostile.
down, eh?
They make it very hostile for you there. If it's not the players, it's the officials. If it's not the officials, it's the fans, and they find a way to
And the
try
ball
to make.
boys. And the ball boys came in.
Hey, you see, hey, here's a guy talking about experience. You know what I mean? So it's not easy, and it's hard to stay calm because you just want a fair game. And us South Africans, we try to be fair in everything we do, and sometimes it's things we learn from also when we go out and experience these things. So it's about absorbing the pressure and playing the way you know how, and maybe that was partially the way they try to absorb and maintain the pressure they had, and maybe it worked for them at some point in the game, and eventually when things start when the things change around after the halftime, it was a bit better with what they were trying to achieve with going forward.
Cheesy. I'm still picking up also an energy of unhappiness. I mean, red cards, Cheese. I mean, the red card Mudau got, even Aubaas red card,
Man.
You can, guys, I didn't see guys swearing at them or showing frustration. Do you show frustration to the players and say you are careless and you cost us the game? What happens in this situation now, Cheese? I am concerned because there were issues under Mokoena. It looks like still there's issues.
Yeah, and especially, I hate to say it, but it's coming from the same player again, in fact. I mean, one of our best right backs, international player, you should know, in fact, Mudau, you are going to have this kind of pressure. I mean, you are facing different wingers internationally, locally. Some are short-tempered, some are going to kick you, some are fast, some are whatnot. So I think he should have dealt with it a little bit better because he got frustrated. In the first half, they were pushing him, kicking him. The referee was not defending him. But I think that's where the calmness needs to come in from the other guys to say, calm down, because you must know your teammate. I know that if they keep on kicking Kermit like this, a right is going to come out, a hook, a jab, a elbow, something is going to come out. So it's up to me as his teammate to try and calm him down. Kermit, I understand, calm down, but we'll send somebody else to snag this guy a little bit,
That's what I was about to say. Another thing is like, I think they should communicate with one another a bit better and be like, if somebody's being kicked a lot,
bullied,
bullied a lot like Ribeiro, then one of the defenders must give him the confidence to say like, don't worry, I'm gonna kick one of their players as well. So it's revenge for revenge, Not Ribeiro doesn't have to worry about retaliating, and if the ref don't give the foul, it's fine. I'm gonna kick one of their players also, the attacking players. But one of the defenders must give that confidence to Ribeiro to be like, continue finishing them there at the back. Finish them there, dribble them. If they kick you, it's fine. And even if the ref don't give. But the other back, they're gonna feel it also. Don't worry.
And we're talking two key players who came in. Key players. Aubaas and Mudau, key players. Now you're going into these last two games without these guys. Yes, you have a youth squad, but you have guys with experience at that level, that you really need. I think a lot of calmness would have worked for the guys, man. And with Mudau's one, it was worse because you're already on optional time. So why not just leave the guy, push you off, whatever.
And it's also the last two games are important. I mean, the groups
of course
open,
it's open. Thank you.
So you need everybody to play their part in the last two games of the group stages. So it's gonna be a interesting end to the group stages. So I'm looking forward to it. But with the red cards, I think it's something that the players, I'm sure they're gonna speak about. Have a discussion and maybe see where they can do better or be better for the team, because they're better with 11 players than they are with 10. That's for sure. And I think
that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And it also gives the opponents an opportunity to say, oh, okay, these ones, if you bully them, they lose their rhythm. Other teams in the Champions League, teams register these things. They're like, oh, okay, these ones, if you do this, they don't like, they are sissies, they are soft.
So will teams do as well.
Exactly.
Do as well.
So you understand? So correct. No, Umjaka, Ulafo. Lafo sends me a text message while watching the game. He's like,
Yeah.
Cheezy, these players are soft. They are not like us, man. Eh?
Hey. Maybe those days have passed for sure. They've got Maniema Union next week Saturday, and then after that, a week later, they're gonna finish with Esfa, who won, and they've got 8 points now. So definitely, yeah, they have to get something out of both matches, Kermit. Out of both matches. Yeah, ne? Eish. It's gonna be tough. Talking Sundowns. My name is Umjaka. This was Talking Sundowns by SoccerBeat. Hanging out with Cheezboy, Mokoena, and Kermit Erasmus.
SoccerBeat, ouça!